Okay, we're back. All I did was stop your video. Sorry for the delay. Remember, all we changed was pepperoni pizza. Well, now what we need to do is we need to put the right picture in there. And Bailey, one is not the right picture. So let's go remind ourselves how that file was named. So I'm going to go back to my demo website folder that has all my stuff in it. Dun, 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 dun. And the first is pepperoni. Okay, so remember that. So this tells us it's a JPEG. Also notice that pepperoni is lowercase. So most of the time, HTML wants you to follow the right, capitalization matters. So keep that in mind. So this is going to change to pepperoni. .jpg. So let's go ahead and save it and let's just check that first one. And there it is. Woo, it's a big picture. It looks so big, but when I actually style this later, you'll find out we're going to make these things bigger eventually. So there's your image for pepperoni. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put all these other images in. So this table is going to look like it's going to spread out when actually it's the picture that's driving the size right now. Next week we'll learn how to style tables and put those lines in. But for right now I just want to leave it the way it is. So what you're going to watch me do now is, since we've got that one working, let me hide this. Since we've got this working for the one image, what we're going to do is simply, so in the cell is the image. That's all we did. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. And then let's go ahead and paste it in every one of the picture locations, which is the first data cell for all the rows, the thing we just put in. And all we really have to do is now change the names and the alternate text. So the next one is cheese. So this would become cheese. And then the name of the JPEG is cheese. And I'm assuming they're all JPEG, but I'm going to go back and check in a second. Well, we'll know if it doesn't work. The next one is Hawaiian. And Hawaiian. And the next one is veggie. And the next one is, I typed this as veggie. And the last one is the works. So I guess the works can be whatever the store feels like selling. The works pizza. Get rid of that space. Whoops. And the way I named this file is I just smashed the words the works together, I believe. Okay, so make sure you save. And now I'm going to go back and let's do a refresh. And so this is going to change significantly as long as we did everything correctly. Wow. So now for every row, in every row, we added a cell at the beginning of the row. And in the cell, we put in an image. And so notice that it definitely looks nice that all the images are the same size. So that's a recommendation I have, is that whenever you're putting things in a table, if you're putting images, to try to make them all the same exact size. Now, I Googled that, and so that worked out really nicely. So now what I'm going to show you how to do, and this is a powerful part of web design, in my opinion, is, so let's review. Let's go back to our original file here. So remember, we made hyperlinks that took us places on the World Wide Web. Well, the other thing you can do is make a hyperlink to link to individual pages. And that's what I want to show you now. So what I'd like to do is, let's see, where should we put it? Let's just put it, we'll put it the first thing. We're gonna create a link that'll, we're gonna actually create two links. And it might seem silly right now, but it'll make our life easier later on. I'm going to make 2 links, one that says homepage and one that says Shawver's Pizza Pies. And so we're going to have 2 links present at the top of this page. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's go back here. So to make my life easier, I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit, make this big. And let's go ahead and copy the oh, here's a good one, a hyperlink code. So just the basic link. Let's copy the Yahoo one. So I'm going to copy that. Let's go back to our pizza page. And I want to put this right after body. And let's paste that in. Now, here's the big difference. Instead of going to the World Wide Web, I actually want to go to this file. So all I have to do is take this out and type in index.html. And as long as everything is in the same folder, it should find it. I still want it to open a new page, but instead of clicking on the word Yahoo, if I'm going to the home page, I want to say homepage or home. Why don't we just say home? So let's go ahead and save this. And remember, I'm putting this link on my pizza page. So let's refresh my pizza page. So now I have a link to take me home. So now a couple things happen. Watch what happens when I scroll over. When I scroll over at the bottom, you can see it's pointing to my indexed HTML page. So let's click it. And now we went there. It opened a new tab. So what I'm going to do is make another link that'll take us to Shawver, this web page. Now that might seem silly, but it'll make sense in a second. So I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to paste it right after. And this time I'm going to say that the name of the link will be Shawver's Pizza Pies, or whatever you called your restaurant. You can call it whatever. Pizza Pies. That's what I called it. And when I click the link, I want it to take us to pizza.html. So all you have to do, so your options are when you make a link, you either go somewhere on the World Wide Web or you can go to another web page that is part of your own website. And that's the key here. I'm going to line things up a little nicer, I think. I'm going to move that over, and then I'm going to move this table over. Okay, that looks nicer. I like things to line up. All right. So let's do a refresh. So now I have 2 links, right? So if I click home, it takes me home. Now, if I actually click Shawver's Pizza Pies, the only thing that's happening is I'm opening up new web pages in a new tab. So you can decide for yourself if you want that to happen or if you just want it to cycle. Now, one thing I noticed is that I'm back on my original page, right? I think I should put those links up here too. So that way I can have the same links that will help me to navigate between pages at the top of each of my web page. So that's for consistency purposes. So the easiest way to do this is I've already got it coded right here. So in the pizza file, I already have the 2 links that I need. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my index page and I'm going to go up to the top. Right before, after the body tag, but before the headings. Let's go ahead and do a copy. And for right now, let's paste that in. And I'm going to label this as navigation links. Okay. And this is going to be where we put those, those links. Let's go ahead and copy those again. And we'll paste them in and save it. And there they are.